That made a lot of sense as an international student coming over here, that a place where I could go to school tuition free was a huge thing. And I didn't, and as I said this afternoon, I didn't realize how far Kentucky was from New York, which was another reason I ended up in Kentucky. So, and to jump to the last part of your, well, no, as I said, I was invited to speak about South Africa as a college student, and even before that, I had always loved talking. Usually in times and places where I wasn't supposed to be talking, and so when I was looking to what was it that I wanted to do, and it's been a very convoluted path, as you heard from my bio. Development consultant, program, and then decided that I really love talking, and I need to find a way to use my talking to do something positive, at least. And so this is how I ended up here. And in terms of, do I ever imagine going back to South Africa? Yes, I do. And I mean, one part of the work that I do right now is of taking people to South Africa, different groups, and trying to build connections between groups in this country and people in South Africa who are doing the same kind of work. But that when I grow up, what I am going to be is I'm going to have a women's retreat center in South Africa. And so I'm almost grown up now, and so I have to start seriously working on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, over here. Oh, okay.
Hi, my parents are from South Africa, actually. I met you earlier. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I wanted to know was, my mom was my main focus of education and telling me all about the history of South Africa. And I was wondering, actually, what is the biggest difference between you and your father in the methods about how you address today's topics on racial prejudice?
Well, I'm not a priest, first of all, so I don't start all of my presentations with a prayer and end them with a prayer, so that's the first thing. I know that we're very different in the way that we view the world. I think that I am less, as I said for the interview, that I think that I'm less patient than he is. I think I'm very much less, I'm not as much of an optimist as he is. When you speak to my father, particularly about the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa, I think he still believes that it was a complete resounding success. And throughout the process of the TRC, I think that it was a wonderful attempt. I don't think that it was the best possible commission that we could have come up with. So I think that I am probably more willing and open to seeing flaws and naming flaws than maybe he is. I don't know, though, because he talks a lot about what's wrong with places, actually. I'm more beautiful than he is, okay?
Do we have one more question?
We saw a question that was back there.
Oh, okay.
No, he's had his hand up forever. Yeah. So you better give me an easy question now.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know if this is an easy question, but I just wanted to know how you maintain your faith in humanity with things in the world such as genocide and apartheid, and how do you just continue promoting believing in humanity and the goodness in people when things like that occur and have occurred over history and continue to occur?
I think that because I've been really fortunate in the people that I have had the opportunity to meet and work with. One of the for me, one of the things that I have been involved with recently is Peace Jam, the organization that Okay, so we got peace jammers in the house, okay, you know, that brings together high school and college students with Nobel Peace Prize winners. And so has spent time with the Dalai Lama, Betty Williams, Jody Williams, Rigoberta Menchutum. And when you are around people like that who have given so much of their lives to improving the world and who have given so much of themselves in struggles for justice. And the most striking thing about all of those people in the time I've spent with them is the true joy and not happiness. I mean, there's something that is like light in them. And so, I mean, and then when I have stood around and listened to people who are trying to divide, it sounds so painful. It sounds painful even coming out of their mouths, that contrasting the experience of being around people who believe in humanity and people who are who don't in some ways, I think. There's no competition. I want to be with those people because they're having a really good time living even as they are in such struggles. I mean, you know, for the Dalai Lama, I mean, for somebody who was forced to leave his country and yet you cannot be around him and not end up smiling. And that to me says it all, that, you know, that those who are involved in the struggle based on their belief in humanity are living a life of joy. So,
Thank you.
thank you.